Happening right now, Mayor Adams is making an announcement regarding outdoor
business in pandemic conditions. A program that provides residents and tourists al fresco immersion into the diversity that makes New York City the center of the world. And on a daily basis, the Open Restaurant Program allows tens of thousands of restaurants, 10,000 restaurants across the city to provide safe and additional eating places and provides work for tens of thousands of New Yorkers. It's proof that we as a city work every day to thrive and strive under the continued storm cloud of COVID. That means we can't let a few bad apples in the Open Restaurant Program ruin it for all. And today, we want to ensure that they don't. Today, we have a cross-section of city agencies and citizens of New York standing together in support of ensuring that the vital cleanliness and safety standards of the Open Restaurant Program are maintained so our entire city can benefit. Today, the Adams administration is taking important strides towards that goal. And now Mayor Matt Adams, a mayor who's deeply and personally committed to making every street in New York safe, clean, and vibrant, including those with open restaurants. Mayor Adams.
Thank you so much for this. It's so important. I'm happy to be joined here with my colleagues in government because they too understand the challenges that many of our restaurants have experienced during COVID and how we must ensure to give them the support that they deserve. And my men and women of DOT and the Department of Sanitation, and just a team that is really cross-pollinating ideas and ways of listening to New Yorkers and moving initiatives forward. You know, we can say it if we want to acknowledge it or not, open restaurants, they have transformed New York City. I was out last night and enjoying a meal with Jimmy Otto, the former borough president, now chief of staff for the deputy mayor of operations. And it clearly sends a strong signal that New Yorkers love dining out. And we need to do it in the right way to make sure that it's safe, clean, and respectable to our neighbors and those who live in the communities where we have these structures. And this initiative, it gave the entire industry a boost. It saved 100,000 jobs. And sometimes we focus on the owners of restaurants, but it's more than that. The cook, the waiters and waitress, the bartenders, the bus boys and girls, those who are earning a living for their families. When I was out there during COVID, they said, thank God that this industry was given a lifeline with this important initiative. And those 100,000 jobs are real New Yorkers attempting to struggle and put food not only on the table of those who are dining out, but food on the table of their families. And so we're really proud of this initiative. And as long as I have something to say about it, this initiative will be here. It will be here, but we will get it right. We know that nightlife is a multi-billion-dollar industry. This city does not close down at 5 p.m. There's an entire industry from 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. and everything in between. And I think for far too long, leaders of the city have only acknowledged that 9 to 5 operation. I don't believe that. I see throughout the night how we are a thriving city. In fact, if we close down at 5 p.m., we should be Portland. We're not Portland, we're New York. We keep it going. The city that never sleeps. In fact, we don't even take a nap. And so we have to have that mindset when we think about this city. Nightlife is a key indicator of our city's economic health, and we must keep it strong, and we have to get it right, and we have to do better to making sure structures like these are not existent in our community. When a dining shed is no longer in use, and if it's abandoned and it's a safety hazard, we have to tear it down. It can't be a safe haven for rats. It can't be a safe haven for illegal behavior. It has to be a place to allow people to enjoy dining. And we still have a COVID issue. You know, we're doing a great job, so you don't acknowledge it, that it still exists, but the team is doing right. And some people are still comfortable with dining outside, and we say we want to make sure they have a safe place to do it. The blight and disorder that we are witnessing at some of our sites is unacceptable, and it will not be how we do business in the city. So if you see an abandoned shed, we're asking the public to participate with us. We want you to call 311, or as you love to do, take a photo. Take a photo and send it via text or email to 311 so that we can immediately respond. We'll check it out, and if necessary, we're going to do what we're doing today, and that's taking it down. We are going to take the steps to improve the situation that we're witnessing over our city. We heard the public. And this is an administration that, when good ideas are presented to us, we like to respond immediately. And at the same time, we're working towards a permanent open restaurant solution. And, you know, we really want to thank the councilwoman for her just vision on making sure that this takes place. I sat down with Councilwoman Velasquez earlier in the year in the Bronx at a restaurant and with outdoor dining, and they talked about how much it really saved their entire business. Open restaurants open seating that all New Yorkers could be proud of is what we are moving towards. We're developing carefully and a very thought-out process to make sure we have guidelines that will take consideration like design, pest control, and public health into account. And we know we can get it right. As other cities are struggling with this issue, New York is going to show those cities how to get it right. The guidelines will be clear, so restaurant owners know exactly what we expect. We're aware that in the past, unclear and changing guidelines have caused problems. But remember, this was done immediately. It was done under emergency. It was about how do we keep the industries open and safe at the same time. And we want to build out what we are learning, what we have learned from previous mistakes, and make sure we get it right this time. We want also to improve enforcement so that restaurants are as successful as possible. And unfortunately, there's a minority who don't like outdoor dining at all. We're clear on that. You know, New Yorkers have a lot of different opinions, and we understand that. And their lawsuit against the city is actually slowing the process of making the program permanent. What I want to say loud and clear, as much as I can have a hand in it, outdoor dining is here to stay. And we want to make sure while it's here, we get it right. We see it all over, those of us who travel. We see what they're doing in Paris and Rome. And New Yorkers like to dine fresco too. This is who we are, and we've longed for that experience of being outdoors. New Yorkers, we were handed lemons during the COVID crisis. We turned it to lemonade, and we're going to tweak the recipe to make sure that it is a lemonade that's palatable to all of our palates, to make sure that we can enjoy the outdoor dining. And we're saying no to rats, no to loitering, no to illegal activities, making sure the enforcement is in place, that is done right, and we're going to make sure that this procedure is a correct one. And today, that's the symbol that we're showing. The dismantling of this abandoned shed is not a dismantling of what we believe is a successful program. We are strongly in support of the outdoor dining program. We want to be clear. The visualization of taking down this shed is not removing the program. It is a symbol that we must get it right. So again, Deputy Mayor, thank you, and all of my colleagues in government, my city council members who have been part of this conversation, and my agency heads from Parks to Department of Transportation and others. Thank you for ensuring that we're going to get this program right. Thank you very much. Deputy Mayor?